Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are moving to next session based on the chapter networking concept, and today's our topic is switching techniques and communication modes. In the last session we discussed about unguided media. The unguided media means it is a wireless media. If you want to transfer the data between one system to another system, or you can say from the source to destination, if you want to transfer the data, we can use two media. One is guided, second one is unguided. Guided means wired media, unguided means it is a wireless media. In wireless media, we discussed about radio wave transmission. We can use the radio waves to transfer the data, and also possible to use the microwave, but it should be in line of sight propagation. You have to use two devices. Antennas should be visible to transfer the data. Next, whenever if you want to transfer the data for the long distance, then we are using satellite communication. Satellite communication is used to transfer the data from 22,000 to 36,000 kilometers long, and we are using infrared radiations for shorter distance, and it's a secured data transfer. And last one is laser beams. You can use a laser light to transfer the data. These are the different types of unguided medias we discussed in last session. And today's session we are going to discuss about switching techniques. What do you mean by switching technique? It is used to transmit the data across the network. Switching techniques are used to transmit the data across the network. In the network, if you want to transfer the data, we can use different methods. That methods are known as switching techniques. There are three types of switchings are available. One is circuit switching, second one is message switching, and third one is packet switching. There are three types of switching available. One is circuit, second one is message, third one is the packet switching. We'll move to the first one, circuit switching. In case of circuit switching, complete physical connection between two computers is established. Then we can transfer the data. Remember, in case of circuit switching, first we have to establish the connection between source and destination. First you have to establish the connection between source and destination. Whenever connection is established, then it's possible to transfer the data from source computer to the destination computer. Otherwise, it is not possible to transfer the data between the source and destination. That is, when a computer places phone call, or whenever if you want to make a phone call, the first switching equipment will connect the two devices. Switching equipment will connect two devices, or it will connect first source and destination. Whenever connection is established, then it is possible to transfer the data between source to destination. The important property of this switching technique is set up an end-to-end path connection between computers before any data can be sent. Before sending any data, first secured connection will be done between two computers, source and destination. Then only is possible to transfer the data. For example you can take as a phone call. If you want to make a phone call to any person, first you will dial the number, then it will ring in the destination. Means whenever it is ringing, we can say connection is established, or whenever they pick the call, whenever they are going to pick the call, at that time connection is established. After establishing the connection, it is possible to transfer the data between source to destination. The next one is message switching. In case of message switching, the source computer sends the data or message to the switching office first. Here we are using switching office. First data will be sent to the switching office, then which stores the data in its buffer. Means switching office will store the data. First you are sending one data. For example, you sending one data to one person. So if we use a message switching, first message will be sending to the switching office, or we can say the server. Normally we will say the server, but we have to name it as switching server, and it stores the data in buffer. One buffer will be there. In that buffer, data will be stored. Then looks for a free link to another switching office. Whenever if you are sending the data for long distance, it transfers with the different switching office. So it will send to the another switching office. Then this process is continued until it will reach the destination computers. Until the data reaches the destination computer, it will transferring to different switching office and data will be received in receiver's computer. It is also known as store and forward. It is also known as store and forward. That is, store first in switching office, then forward later. Like that, data is going to transfer. Example, we can say the WhatsApp. In a WhatsApp, if you are going to send the data to one person, there are single tick mark and double tick mark will be there. Whenever single tick mark is there means we can think or we can assume that, or we can say that the data is sent to the switching office. Data will be sent to the switching office. Whenever it is double tick mark is there means we can identify that the data is received at the destination. That is a usage of single tick mark and double tick mark in case of WhatsApp. So like that is one example for message switching. The last one is packet switching. The packet switching can be seen in option that tries to combine advantages of both circuit switching and message switching, and also it reduces the disadvantages of the both. So packet switching, normally we say it is a combination of circuit switching and the message switching, and it reduces the disadvantages and maximizes the advantages of both. In packet switching, message is broken into smaller parts. First, will reduce the total length of the message and will make the smaller units. That smaller units are known as packets. That packet we are going to send. A fixed size of packet can be transmitted across the network. Is specified across the network. You can transfer the data in the form of the packets. The packet with the fixed size, that is actually the packet switching. These are the three types of switching techniques. The next one is communication modes. What is a communication mode? The way in which data transmitted from one place to another place is called as data transmission or data communication mode. It is a way of data transfer. It is the way of data transmitted from the source computer to the destination computer, or from one place source to destination is known as data transmission mode, or it is also known as data communication mode. Data transmission or data communication mode. So here it is indicates the direction of flow of information. Data, how data is transferred, in which way we are going to transfer the data, that indicates by the communication mode. So sometimes it is also known as directional modes, data directional modes. The different types of data transmission modes are simplex, half duplex and full duplex. There are three types of communication modes are there, or data transmission modes: simplex mode, half duplex mode and full duplex mode. The first one is simplex mode. In simplex mode, data can flow in only one direction. Data can be traveled only in one direction. Remember, that is actually known as simplex mode. In this mode, sender can only send the data and cannot receive. Sender is there means he can send only the data, he cannot receive the data. Similarly, a receiver, he can only receive the data but cannot send. Remember, that is the difference. Sender only sending, receiver only receiving the data. Sender cannot receive and receiver cannot send the data. Data sent from the computer to printer is example for simplex mode. From the computer, if you are going to send data to printer, so that is actually known as simplex mode. In simplex mode, it is not possible to confirm successful transmission of data, whether it is not possible to identify whether data is reached to the destination or not, because destination, or you can say receiver, is not possible to send the data back, or confirmation is not possible in case of simplex mode. It is also not possible to request the sender to retransmit the data. It is not possible to request sender to retransmit. Request is not possible in case of simplex mode. This mode is not widely, we are not using this simplex mode widely. Normally in some cases we are using. Here is a figure that shows the simplex mode, sender can send the data to receiver. See, receiver can only receive, sender can only send the data. Example we can say as printer, computer is sending the data to printer, or otherwise best example is radio. In older days we are using the radios, that is a best example for simplex mode. In that radio server will send the data and our home or many workstations can receive only the radio, or we can listen the radio. It's not possible to communicate with the radio devices. So that is example for simplex mode. Second one is half duplex mode. In half duplex mode, data can flow in both directions. Data can be flow in both directions, but only in one direction at a time. We can transfer the data in both direction, but it is not possible to transfer the data at both time. When you are going to transfer, it is not possible to receive. When you are going to receive, it is not possible to transfer. So first transfer should be done. After finishing the transfer of the data, then we can receive. That is the half duplex mode. In this mode, data is sent and received alternately. In this mode, data is sent and received alternately. Once we can send the data, later we can receive the data, one after another. Not possible at both the time. It is like an one lane bridge where two-way traffic must give the way in order to cross other. So only one lane is there, only one road is there to cross the bridge, or in bridge two-way traffic is not possible. First one person should come, then another person should go. That is example for half duplex mode. In internet browsing, an example is the half duplex mode. If you are browsing internet, then it is example for half duplex mode. The user sends a request to a web server for a web page. When you are going to type something, for example www.google.com, if you are going to type one request, that is sent to the server, web server. It means data, that information flows from user computer to the web server. If you are going to type www.google.com, if you press enter, then from your web browser will send one data to web server. That is, sender is sending the data to server. Then web server receives that request and send the data of the requested page. For example, if you type www.google.com, then after sending the data, the server will send the feedback, or server will send the requested web page to the browser. So we can view the web browser google.com. The data flow the web server to the user computer, means in first case data is sent from the web browser to web server. In second case, web server to web browser. That is the difference. Is not possible at same time. At a time, a user can request or receive the data of web page. At a time, a user can receive or he can send the data. Is not possible both. The sender or receiver, both the sides we can use sender. Here you can see the figure, in that both the side you can see sender and receiver will be there. Here also sender and receiver will be there. If you want to transmit the data, one line. If you want to receive the data, one more line. Is not possible at same time. That is half duplex mode. The next one is full duplex mode. In full duplex mode, data can flow in both direction at same time. At same time is possible to transfer the data in both direction. It is fastest directional mode of data communication. It is the fastest mode of data transfer in case of communication. The telephone communication system is an example of full duplex communication mode. Telephone communication system is example. If I am going to make a call to one person, that is the best example for full duplex mode. Two persons can talk at same time. Two persons can talk at the same time. It is not possible to transfer the data from sender to receiver and receiver to sender at same time. Here is a figure, we can see sender and receiver will be there on one side. Here also, right side also we can see sender and receiver. So they can send the data at each time. Each time they can send, or same time data can be transferred to sender to receiver and receiver to sender. This is the full duplex mode. So this is we discussed now. One is a simplex, half duplex, full duplex. In simplex, example is radios, and half duplex we can say walkie-talkie. In older days, or you can say in police, they are using walkie-talkie. That is an example for half duplex. Full duplex is a telephone conversation or telephone system. So now we reach the end of our today's session. In this session, we discussed about the different types of switching techniques. One is circuit, message and packet switching, and also communication mode. There are three communication modes: simplex, half duplex and full duplex. Now I'll wind up my today's session. Thank you.